On the campaign trail in Arizona today, Donald Trump repeated a false claim that Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, are abducting people's pets.
The recording of 911 calls even show residents are reporting that the migrants are walking off with the town's geese. They take in the geese. You know where the geese are? In the park, in the lake. And even walking off with their pets. My dog's been taken. My dog's been stolen. This can only happen. These people are the worst.
He is repeating something that he amplified to 67 million people on Tuesday night during that debate, except then, of course, Trump said that they are not only taking pets, but also eating them. As officials have said, and we have repeated endlessly on air, there are no credible reports that that is happening. Pete Buttigieg is back with me, and
So I'm just here to let everybody know what I'm seeing online, various news outlets about the situation that's going on in Springfield, Ohio. Here is footage from a recent Springfield City Commission meeting where local residents are able to speak freely and discuss, current events, issues, things that are going on in the community. So I want to start right here, and we'll go from here.
I think it's kind of odd that a guy like me has to come out from doing what I do on a daily basis to have fun, because I see what's going on in these streets, and I see you guys just sitting up there in them comfy chairs and suits, and I'm getting out here every day and I'm broadcasting this, and you guys are just sitting up there in suits and stuff. I really, they're running into buildings, they flipping cars in the middle of the street, and I don't know how y'all can be comfortable with this. I don't know who's getting paid from it. I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background. You got a bunch of people on the bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here. I know a single mom that FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something. And it's nothing but immigrants over there. And I don't even want to seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants, because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Y'all get the Highway State Patrol down here every week, and then y'all get a task force for the Highway State Patrol, and they look for guns and they look for dope.
And of course, this was interesting to me because I'm a former Ohio resident. I lived in Dayton, Ohio, off and on for a few years. Lived in Columbus, Ohio, for a short period of time. Familiar with Springfield. Definitely been in and around Springfield periodically over the years. Haven't lived in Ohio since the 90s. I've been in Georgia now. However, this was interesting, of course, because I have people and I have ties to the land. So it was also interesting to me how normally, border issues, migration issues don't normally hit so hard in places like Ohio that are very far away from the borders, usually the border states or major metropolitan areas, New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, even in around Atlanta, Georgia, certain metropolitan communities. So it was interesting to hear that not only were the illegal aliens causing issues in Ohio, but that it was Haitian immigrants. So that was surprising to me as well. To learn that over the last 3 years, over 15 to 20,000 Haitian migrant influx has descended upon Springfield. And it has caused a myriad of issues from local services being cut to accommodate for the influx of the illegals. Hospitals are being overwhelmed as well as city services. So again, just wanted to put this out here, for people that follow me and don't normally get this information from their trusted news sources.
And this and that and the fourth. That same people that y'all got riding up and down Limestone doing U-turns, pulling people over for blinkers and pulling people over for going left to center and like a couple miles over. Like y'all can take them same people, the Highway State Patrol, and you can take them in every single one of their silver Chargers and Dodge Durangos, and y'all can take them to Sunset, and y'all can park them right over there, and y'all can teach people how to drive. Since the Highway State Patrol knows so much about traffic laws and know what to do in traffic, they need to. Y'all pay them. They can go over there and teach these Haitians how to drive because it's getting up. It's going bigger and it's only going to get worse. And y'all sitting up there in these chairs, all y'all need to get out here and do something. Y'all making hundreds of $1,000s. Y'all need to put on a t-shirt and some Crocs, and then y'all need to come out here in these streets and y'all need to go out here and I'm out here before the police is. Like y'all need to do something, bro. Y'all really got to stand on business. Y'all getting paid all this money just to wear a suit and sit in a chair. I think it's crazy, bro. We got to do something, bro. It's kids out here getting hurt. Like, only reason I even went on here and said something about it is because somebody told me they walking from the school and a Haitian almost ran into them. And who paid? Like, how much money is y'all really getting paid, like, to bring them over here? Like, I know it's deeper than them. I know that's where they come from and that's what they do. That's their country. I don't know what they got going on over there, but they can't do that over here. And if y'all just getting paid, y'all ain't doing nothing about it. I think that's super weird, bro. Y'all got to stand on business. Y'all got to really, like, step up. Like, it's lame, bro. Like, for real.
Thank you for your comment.
So that was that brother. Seemed very sincere, seemed very upset, perplexed even at how events of this nature could be going on in Springfield, Ohio in 2024. And I don't blame him. You know what I'm saying? I'd be pissed off too. Want some answers and want some resolutions to the issues being caused by the illegal alien invasion. Here's another lady, another local resident. Step to the mic to voice her concerns as well. Here, let's get into this one.
I was out and about yesterday, driving around Springfield. I was looking at the giant holes in some of our buildings. I noticed all of the old familiar spots bearing new signs in an unfamiliar language. I watched as groups of strangers walked around the city like lost tourists, and it was like a punch in the gut. A terrible sadness came over me, and I began to cry. I immediately started to think back to when I was little, walking from my grandma's house on South Fountain through downtown and all the way to Snyder Park, going to Wren's to get new school clothes and shoes, the excitement of the mall for lunch at the Blue Fox, or even better to see Santa, riding down High Street, admiring the beauty of those stately homes and their amazing architecture, dropping pennies in the fountain and making wishes. And now all those warm memories are becoming fuel to the fire of anger inside of me. I feel like we have been invaded by some sort of pest. I'm angry that my friends and family are packing up and moving away. I'm angry that foreigners are using up the resources that were set up for the Americans that reside here. I'm angry that another country's flag was being flown in our city. I'm angry when I see our businesses and recreational areas littered with garbage left by people that do not know or understand our laws and culture and are making no attempt to learn about them. And let me be clear, this is not about race. This is about people being given the privilege of coming and having no respect for our people, our land, or our life's work. People living their life here the way they did in Haiti, angry, stealing, polluting, living in filth, and acting like animals. These are not civilized people. Opening containers in our grocery stores, helping themselves to what's inside and throwing the rest onto the shelves and floors. Pulling off of the highway to publicly clean and gut the roadkill lying there in front of anyone that passes by. Stealing animals from farmers and leaving their severed heads at the side of an old school where children play. Relieving themselves in public. Making some barbaric stew out of the birds that live in our park. This is insanity, and it has to stop. What will become of Springfield? Where will we be in 5 years? The thought terrifies me. Will it be some sort of dystopian wasteland with most of our original residents having moved away and those that cannot afford to move being locked inside their homes, living in fear? This thought is keeping me awake at night. I just want the old Springfield back. I know it was far from perfect, but at least it was still ours. Thank you.
So we got one more piece of commentary from a local resident on the previous lady. Said this is going to be some sort of dystopian wasteland, and I think she's absolutely correct. It's going to be like a third world country in many of these sanctuary cities, so-called sanctuary cities, where these illegal aliens are migrating to, overtaking, and soon will be decimating these cities. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, has said that the influx of illegal aliens in New York City will destroy New York City. And I expect this to be replicated in city after city after city, unless something is done about this. All right, so let's get into it. This last clip's very quick. Let's see what this lady here has to say.
And I'm done with what I'm seeing. It is so unsafe in my neighborhood anymore. I have the homeless that were trying to camp out, and I have men to keep them from trying to squat on my property. But it is so unsafe. I have men that cannot speak English yard throwing trash in my front yard, and I can't. Look at me. I weigh 95. He said it's killing both of us mentally. I don't understand what you expect of us as citizens. I understand they're here under temporary protected status and you're protecting them, and our city services are overwhelmed and understaffed. But who's protecting us? If we're protecting them, who's protecting me? I want out of this town. I am sorry. Please give reason to stay. Thank you.
Thank you.
They probably want you to leave, but again, I'm just here to report the news. I'm not here to preach. This is what's happening on the ground in Springfield, Ohio. And I'm sure this is not the only location. Check on your folks in Springfield. This goes out to all my Dayton, Ohio family, friends, ex-schoolmates, and the like. I know y'all guys are very, very liberal, but this is a bridge too far. And you may not understand what's going on. You may not feel the consequences of what's going on right now, but I can rest assure you that your children, as well as your children's children, will feel the effects of what's going on today over the next 10, 15, 20 years. We're going to look back and they're going to have you to thank for it, because it's not going to end well for the most of them. So think about it. You know, as I think about my elders over me, my parents and my grandparents, and how they pretty much dropped the ball politically, and as it relates to the progress of the Black community post-civil rights struggle. Very little has happened for the good. We're pretty much in the same wealth position as we were post chattel slavery. So, you know, let's start looking around. Let's start taking cues from these media propagandists, from these Black Negro wranglers and like. Let's stop thinking, focusing on party. Focus more on your community. What does your community need? And how can your elected officials facilitate bringing those resources to you? And that's all I have. This is Bill Money, signing off for Dirty Laundry Media. I'll see you at the next one.
ADOS dude, it was an ADOS dude named Bill something, Bill the Icon.
Bring up all the dirty laundry.